In 2006, Clive Humby, a British mathematician and entrepreneur, said, "Data is the new oil." Almost 17 years later, I think that we can agree that he was correct. Hidden behind the boom of tech companies is the industry of data processing. Everyone today wants data. Even if you don't need data for advertising purposes, your business would benefit from analyzing data about your customer and potential customer behaviors in order to gain a competitive advantage by offering the right product or service to the right people at the right time. I'm excited to have a guest who has seen this industry grow and evolve. Damir Fazlic is a fellow countryman that has been in the world of data analytics for more than 20 years. Damir studied economics at the University of Zagreb, graduating in 1993. As a student, he helped form the first association of Bosnian and Herzegovinian students in Croatia, helping all those who were separated from their homeland at those challenging times. After that, Damir got a scholarship for his master's studies at the Butler University in Indiana and started his venture in North America. In 1996, Damir got his first job in the USA, where he would start building the career he has today. He has had the opportunity to improve and transform decision-making of businesses and organizations in the field of retail, medicine, and healthcare research. Since 2009, he has founded multiple companies in North America, all tied very closely to data analytics and market research. Today, he is most active as the founder of Q1 Tech, a company that offers software products for market research and analysis, reducing the time and effort needed to get valuable feedback from a target group or any organization. The products allow you to easily target your specific group with surveys to improve your product or confirm the feasibility of your project and integrate all of that with their other services for project management. They mostly work with organizations in the field of healthcare, B2B, and consumer specialized agencies, managing thousands of recruitment and data collection projects over the years. Both Q1 Tech and the most recently founded MR Tech Ops have employees in Bosnia and Herzegovina, ranging from software development to project management, marketing, and sales. Welcome to the podcast, Damir.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
So a lot of experience behind you, and I must say I'm very interested to hear I would even call you a serial entrepreneur. You have started multiple companies in your career. Is there a storyline that connects your founded businesses? And what was the decision making and the reasoning when you would come down and say, okay, it's time to start a new business and venture into a new challenge with this?
I think it works for different people in different ways. I always thought that I would enjoy, having my own business, and briefly started something in 99, 2000s, early 2000, but wasn't really, sure about it. But then came 2009, and it was just an opportunity that I thought, maybe this is the time. I was working for a company in Toronto, and the company was going through some, changes, and direction that, company wanted to focus on. It wasn't really something that I thought like doing. So I said, I might as well, give it a try. I started data collection, market research and a field work company, just doing a few projects, myself. At that time, I had a little team built in India to help with some projects. But then, I changed my mind and said, if I want to start something, I'll see if I can build something in Bosnia. And then just, with a couple of guys that I knew, they started, helping me with the project, 1, 2, 3 projects, things, were going well. And then I, officially partnered with my current business partner in the UK. And, we slowly, started, growing this business, and the business was active for good 7 years before it was sold, acquired. But starting a business, sometimes it's either a good opportunity, or you really just, wanted to give a try, but it, really works for different people, works, in different ways, I just know that, if you really want to do it, if you think about it, everybody, should give it a try. If you don't try, you don't know, and failing it, it's not that, detrimental. We all learn, even from, failing.
And have there been any opportunities for you to learn from failures?
Absolutely. When you start running a business and growing it, it's a huge learning curve. From communication, with clients, to supporting clients, to finances, to accounting, to marketing, sales. It's a lot of things that you really need to process and learn quickly, and it's really good if you can recognize early what you can do, limitations, and really start bringing people around you who can help with doing things, because it's hard to do it all alone. So having a good team, it's absolutely priority, and that helps with running business. But also what I think we have learned from what we've been doing for the past many years is that a lot of the times it's like going few different directions, but finding a focus, really focusing on something, and getting good at it, and really getting it done, and then expanding. We learned that we work best when we really focus on something. We have good control of it. We know what we are doing there, and then going on to something else, rather than trying a lot of things at the same time.
Yeah, so I guess finding the right people and surrounding yourself with the right people and finding the right focus is the winning formula. But could you tell me more about your journey in the field of market research and data analytics? How does an economist enter this field that is today very technical because of the amount of data that is being processed? What was your journey in becoming what you are today?
Well, I again, when I talk to people in marketing research industry, no one really plans to be market research. You just fall into that field. My first job was collecting a lot of data on many different levels, and for different segments, consumer behavior, to household income, to foot traffic, to car traffic, and the end result was a software that would predict how much and what you can sell on a particular location. If you build a in this case in particular, if you build a gas station in a certain intersection, it tells you what you can make there in terms of how many liters of gasoline you can sell, how much you can sell in terms of revenue in a convenience store, etc., etc. If you add car wash, companies are really willing to pay good money to get the data, because it costs millions of dollars to build a retail place, whether it's a gas station or a store or something. You really a lot of things depend on the data. If you don't pick a good location, if you don't have what you need around there, the business wouldn't survive. Fast forward, look what we have, these days, from Google to Facebook, Twitter, to all those, platforms. Sure, we read a lot of, the news there and see where our friends are, who's saying what, but behind it, it's nothing else but collecting data, on us. So, and it's understandable, everybody, needs data, but I'm also glad that there are, mechanisms, things that are in place, to protect us. So that's really something that, everybody needs to be aware of.
So on the topic of challenges, would you say that the biggest challenges for your industry are the topics of regulation, security? Where do you see the new technologies fitting in? And which technologies do you see as maybe the biggest drivers of this innovation and maybe improved security in the area?
Looking at the market research industry and then what I see and just data collection and processing, I think that a lot of new innovation, a lot of things that are happening is moving towards do it yourself, where traditional data collection will less use, but a lot of these do it yourself platforms where you can easily connect with the audience and then collect data and ask questions is definitely something that I see more and more, as well artificial intelligence. I've already seen a few platforms where through this AI search engines and topics and even creating a survey where you can get quick questions through thousands of articles and blogs and writings. You can start getting data. So I think AR machine learning and do it yourself options are something that it's definitely trend in the industry.
Definitely sounds interesting, and I'm not sure if we might see a new business coming out in those areas or fields or just integrating it. But let's say that you are thinking of starting up a new thing or trying your luck in a new area or field. What would you, as an entrepreneur with experience, like to venture in and explore a bit more?
Sure, definitely, and I'm really happy to see that there are already a few really nice, cool startups and ideas in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and which is in the field of a telehealth, health tech, medicine, from applications for mental health to applications and then platforms for diabetes to applications to stroke prevention. I mean, it's a really some very cool and interesting things that I've seen, and I think that's definitely something that I actually know will get into. We've started some things about a year ago, but then going to my point that I made before, we had to focus, make sure that that the core business is doing well, going well, and that's developed before we are capable and able to move to another thing. That's definitely something that's on our to do or start planning list for 2023.
Sounds like a very interesting year you have ahead of yourself, Damir, and the rest of the team. It was a really enjoyable experience talking to you, and it was a pleasure meeting you at the Futures Leaders Summit in Sarajevo too. I hope you had a nice time there, and I hope you enjoyed the interview today.
Pleasure, to meet you in Sarajevo, and I really enjoyed the summit. I hope the next one is already in planning, and definitely plan to be there again. Pleasure to be of support for the foundation. Appreciate what all of you are doing. It's a phenomenal job, and you always have a supporter in me, and I'll make sure I get as many supporters